Alright, I got this TrioVing, pretty brutal pinning. As you can see, I can barely set that pin, if you can see, without oversetting. So that pin right there. So it's actually really difficult bitting. It's been giving difficulty for quite a while now. So hopefully I'll get it. I've already gotten it twice now, so I figure I'll try to get it on film. Alright, so we'll try 1, nothing on 1, nothing on 2. Little click on 3, a little bit of a rotation. 4, a little click maybe, nothing on 5, nothing on 6. I barely hit maybe 3 again and went to a deeper set. Nothing on 1. A little bit on 2, click on 2. 3 had a little click 2, nothing on 4, nothing on 5. 6 had a little click, going back to 5. 5 has a little counter rotation. Okay, 5 and 6 feel good. Go back to 1. Okay, 1 had a little counter rotation. Here's head rotation. Now it's counter rotating. Look for a click. Little click on it. Checking 2. 3 had a little click. 4 is good. 5 a little click and more rotation. 6 is back down. Counter rotating. Got back in. Okay, so here's the 5-6 trade-off. So I've learned what my 5-6 trade-off is. What I'll do is I'll get the click on one of them. I won't push back and go to the next one. So still got the trade-off. Go back to 5. I'm going to leave it there without pushing hard. Go back to 6, push up. Still got the trade-off. 5-6. This is a 5-6 combination. Okay, so I'm going to try again. I'm going to push 5 up. I'm going to leave it. Go into 6. Going to push it. Still got the 5-6 trade-off. I'll try a little more tension. Okay. I think 5-6 is good now. Go back to 1. Nothing on 1. 2. A little bit of binding on 2. I don't know if I can get it. 3. 3 feels good. 4. 5. Gonna get a little hit. A little 6. Nothing. Go back to 1. Nothing on 1. 2. Nothing on 2. 3. 4. Okay, click on 5. 5 drop down. 6. 5 and 6 are making, and we're open. Okay, not too bad on that. I've been working at this for months, so do not think that was easy for me. So I picked it, started from the back, and learned that trade-off that I just showed you for. So for the 5 and 6, as you saw, kind of, if every single time when I got the click and put it back into its more deeper full set, it would just bounce back and forth. So eventually I learned to stop pushing it back, kind of leave it where it got its click, and then go back to number 6 and push it a little bit harder and then go back and forth that way. So if I basically went up, click, and let it rotate, when I go to 6, it would come back up, click, rotate, and it would just go back and forth. So I found the best trade-off was to not push as hard, and I would basically push up, get the click, not let it rotate, go to the next one, push hard, and just try to get it to stay in its spot. So that's probably one of the most difficult parts of this pick was the 5-6 trade-off. And as you can see, it's open. So hold it around, and we'll let it lock back up. And we will gut this. So let's not screw this up. All right, we'll put it here in the center so I don't lose it. Put the tools off to the side. I'll bring... that in center frame. Let me get this out of the way. Alright, let's get the tools out. I'll zoom in just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so I already took these back off, and all that was back there was pretty much this little tail piece goes in here, so I can actually actuate a lock, but I just took that off to make it easier to gut. Alright, so let's take this out. Put that here. Okay. Okay, so this is only 6, so I'll show that. Let's keep that in the field so you can see. There we go. Okay, I want you to just keep your eye on the core up here so you can see a little bit better, and we'll drop these bad boys out. So let's get 1. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Let me focus. Focus. There we go. 3. Focus. 3. There we go. Here's 4. Oh, 4 fell into a. Let's get it here. 5. And then 6. Alright, so let's put you real quick. We'll show there's nothing special on here. Now, what I've read, I don't know if this is true, so this is just something I read. What I've read is, so you can see there's lots of potential of drill protection, but they didn't put it in there. I've read that it is just the factory drills, all 7, so you could have 7 or 6. And what I've read is that the 7 tend to be where there's a lot more mastering. So if this was installed in different rooms or something like that, you'll tend to have a 7th to help with all the mastering you can get. And if you're just buying it for residential or something like that, it's just going to be pin 6. And this one doesn't have any mastering. Put you off to the side. Let's rearrange these pins. That way they're not looking just like a sloppy mess over here. Alright, and now let's get to the core once I finish getting that pin right. Alright, so now let's take this and get to each of the trampoline pins. Alright, so let's push you back and slowly work these out. There's the first one, trampoline. You can see the spring there. I'll take my hook back out. Let's get the spring out. That's a spring. Okay, next one. They're all trampoline pins. Spoiler alert. Here's another trampoline. Okay. Let's get this guy out. Okay, let's go to the third pin. That's trampoline. A little bit of thunder in the background. Got some storms in my area. There's that guy. Okay. Let's work from the back. There's that 7th pin, nothing in there. There's the 6th one, trampoline. Let's get the spring out. The spring looks a little bit lower. I still can't get it. Let's use this. There's a spring. Okay, that fell back behind here. I'll leave my hand here. Okay, next one. Another trampoline. And last but not least, our pin number 4. There it is, right there, trampoline. Oh, there it is. You can see it. I'll pull it out. Here. Alright, this monster took me months. I only get about 30 minutes, maybe to an hour a night picking at it, and I kept resetting because it was just not as good as I'd like to be. But that was it. Thank you for watching if you are, and if you do pick this, it was terrible. I would much rather pick my 90 Alpha Pro from Packlock, but it is what it is, and it was good training for me.